As a government employee, your payslip is a tool that you can use to create wealth or be a slave of debt. Why am I saying this? Guys, there are two types of debts, a good debt and a bad debt. But unfortunately for me, when I just started working in my first year of my career, I took a bad debt that I had to service for 6 full years. 6 full years, guys. Okay, on this video, let's talk about my experience in buying myself my first car on a teacher's salary and the lessons I've learned. Hey guys, I am Bini Tlangamandla. I am a teacher in the Eastern Cape. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, please watch my previous video. Remember, I am not a financial advisor and none of what I say here constitute financial advice. If you want a financial advisor, please look for a registered one. I am purely sharing my experiences on finance here. If you are interested in this content, please don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss my upcoming videos. Thank you for coming back, guys. You mean a lot to me. Let's get into the topic of today. Okay, guys. Before we talk about my story, let's understand what is a good debt and what is a bad debt. I googled the explanations and please allow me to read from my book. Okay? A good debt is a debt that you take to achieve meaningful growth in your finances, like mortgage, which is paying for your house. A bad debt costs you money with high interests on depreciating assets. With a bad debt, you have high interest in a depreciating asset, like a car. When you buy a car, it depreciates the moment you get out of the garage. But when you buy a house, it appreciates, guys. So buying a house using debt is a good debt, and buying a car using debt is a bad debt. I hope we understand each other. Now, let's get into my story. I was just 25. I just got employed as a teacher. And in August, I got employed in February 2018. And then in August 2018, I decided, you know what, let me buy myself a car. I didn't have money left from my road accident fund, so I was going to buy it using my payslip, guys, obvious, you know. Now, buying the things that I should have looked at when I went to buy my car. Firstly, I should have looked if I really need a car. Do I really need a car? With me, I don't think I really needed a car more than a car was just a luxury that I will have, you know, because I had transport to work. My child had transport to crèche. So, and we are renting in rural areas that are next to town. It's just 10 rand. A taxi fare is 10 rand to town. So we get to town anytime we want with just 10 rand and 20 rands written. Now, did I really need a car? What will I use this car for? Obviously, I will not work using my car because I work in rural areas. There's gravel. It's a long distance to my workplace. So I'll just buy my car and park it in front of my flat. You know, did I really need a car? Maybe or maybe not. Okay, the second thing that I should have looked at was, do I afford a car? What is the amount that I'm willing to pay in the installment? What is the amount that I'm willing to pay for car track, for insurances, car repairs? Guys, I'm new. I'm a learner driver. Like, I just did my license last year when I had road accident fund money. Now, I will be a new driver in my car. Obviously, things will happen. Will I afford fixing this car? You know? And the other thing, am I going to keep this car for a very long time, or I will trade in and get another one? You see, though I feel like those are the things that I should have researched about before buying a car. What are the advantages if I have a deposit to my car? What are the disadvantages if I have a deposit to my car? All those things, as I think I should have known them before going to buy a car. But me, I just went to buy myself a car without going to YouTube and learn about these things, without anything. I just knew I wanted a car. I didn't even know if I should take an old car or a new car, like a demo or a new car. I didn't know that. I just knew good say I want to buy a car. Okay, guys, let's first look at the need. I didn't need a car that time. A car was a want for me, right? Because I had transport to work, as I've said before. Number two, did my budget allow me to buy myself a car? Remember, I have a child. My child has to go to school. I don't stay with my parents, I rent, and then my child must have a nanny so that I can be able to go to work and do the other things and all of that stuff. Okay, I just want us to go through my budget that time. Okay, let me put it on the screen for you. Okay, when I started working, guys, I was getting paid 17,000 rand and some change. Where is those? 17,000 rand and some change. Okay, in my 17,000 rand, when I went to buy a car, my car installment was 4,000 rand. My car insurance was 1,600 rand. That was the cheapest car installment I could get. 1,600 rand. My car truck was 200 rand. And then, guys, there was an insurance that I was paying, that I took at the garage, so that when I'm in an accident and the car cannot be repaired, they can take that money and deposit into the bank for whatever amount that I am short of, when the car insurance is paying for the amount that is remaining. So my insurances were 1.6 plus 300 rand to make 1.9. And then I had petrol. Back then petrol was 600 rand. My full tank was 600 rand. And then I had to use 2 full tanks, because now I stopped with the transport for my child and I was transporting my child on my own to work. Now I had to pour 2 full tanks on my petrol. And then that made 1.2. And then the total of my car expenses was 7,300 rand per month. There's no car wash there, right? There's no car wash there, right? And then my other things that I had to pay, my other expenses. Firstly, it was fees for my child. I was paying fees for my child for 2,000 rand. I don't compromise with my child's education, no matter who says what, but I will never and ever compromise with my child's education. That comes first. And then there's rent and electricity. I was renting 700 rand that time, and my electricity was around 300 rand per month. That is 1,000 rand. And then I had my staff to work. My staff to work was 950 rands back then. It was very expensive because we were not many in our school. And then I had to send 1,000 rand home, just for my parents. And then my brother was at school and I had to help with 500 rand back then. And we had a nanny. My child had a nanny because I'm all alone in Tata. My nanny back then, I was paying her 1,500 rands. Now, I had to buy groceries for 3 people, myself, my child, and my nanny. And obviously, they were more than 2,000 rands, because even when I'm going to work, I pack from home, so I quite spend a lot on groceries. Okay, there's no guys, we don't eat kids foods at schools, we pack our own lunch, ne? Please stop that saying. I'm joking. Okay, obviously when your child is going to crèche, there are groceries you have to do for her, and I had to make groceries for my child, maybe around 500 rand, the juices, the yogurts, and the stuff. Okay, and then that money is, so these are the things that I could take care of in that 6 years, or rather that 5 years, because as or rather that 5 years, because the sixth year, which is 2024, was a different story from me and my finances, right? So these are the things that I was able to pay for when I got myself a car. There's nothing else I had to pay. I forgot one thing, which was a clothing account. I had a clothing account, guys, and that clothing account, for some reason, it took so much money on me. I don't know how and why, but I will get into that video one day, where I talk about clothing accounts from my experiences, right? That is the affordability. Some people would ask, okay, at 7,000 rand, 300 rand, it's 7,300 rand for your car, and maybe your expenses others, and what did you do with the change? You know what, guys, I didn't want to be a teacher that is miserable, so with the change I could buy myself some things, I could take vacations, save for some years, and buy myself and buy myself an iPhone cash, save, and be able to buy myself a site. I remember when I bought myself a site, the site was 30,000 rand, and I had to fence it for 20,000 rands. The sum of the money was 50,000 rands for my site. Those are the monies that I was saving during this term of buying myself a car, right? Okay, guys, the last thing that I want us to look at is buying your car with a deposit or without putting a deposit. From my side, I had 50,000 rand when I wanted to buy myself a car, but for some reason, when I went to East London in some dealership, that guy just discouraged me from paying a deposit, saying that it wouldn't make any difference. I would rather take that 50,000 rand, pay my kids' fees, and do the other things. And me not having much knowledge about this thing that I want to buy, I didn't pay a deposit for my car. That is why my installment was high there. And another mistake I did when I bought myself a car was taking a balloon payment. My guy just phoned me and told me and asked me, which payment method will you take? Because we have two here, the one without balloon payment and the other one with a balloon payment. Okay, I asked how much without balloon payment and how much will I be paying on a balloon payment. And apparently, guys, when you have a balloon payment, at least your installment decreases. Not knowing and understanding what is the balloon payment, I just took the other option, which has a balloon payment, right? Okay, ask me how much was the balloon payment. Over 56,000 rand. So they gave me a time to purchase my car and pay for it for 6 years. After this means that balloon payment means that after 6 years of paying for your car, you will have left with 56,000 rand to pay. And if you don't have that 56,000 rand to pay cash, guess what you will do? Let's look at our screen. So I bought my car in August 2023, but I started paying for it in October 2023. Sorry, in October 2018. So let's not count 2018 because it's just 3 months, October, November, December. Let's start with 2019. 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, I'm paying for my car. I paid for my car until 2023 October. October 2023 or August 2023. But I took 5 years to pay for my car, right? Why did I take 5 years instead of 6 years? I figured out I'm tired of this debt. In fact, guys, I don't like debts. I don't see myself taking any debt anytime soon now, because I am tired of debts. Debts can drain you, you know. So I figured out I'm tired of this debt. Let me pay it off. And I saved some money. While I was saving some money, I didn't have the balloon payment in my mind. And then when I paid, I wanted to settle my car in 2023 August, I was told you also have a balloon payment of 56,000 rand. So I've paid for my car for 5 years because now I'm left with 56,000 rand that I don't have saved. Now I have to be financed by a bank again for this 56,000 rand to pay, so that the car can be fully mine and I can fully pay it off. Now those are 5 years of paying for my car and plus 1 year of paying my balloon payment. That made 6 years of paying for my car. Guys, the balloon payment was not necessary because, wow, from that 56,000 that I took from that bank, maybe I paid more than 90,000 rand. You see? So these are the things that you must be aware of. You cannot take a balloon payment when you want to pay off your car. I didn't know that the time I was buying my car, if I would pay off my car. I just thought, no, I won't keep an old car, so I will trade in. But going through these years, I realized, you know what, I don't like a debt, and I want to do something else with my money. I cannot be working to pay for my for my expenses and my responsibilities and a car only. There are so many other things that I need to do. So if you are someone who loves cars and is into cars and likes driving new cars every now and then you can take that balloon payment, because with that balloon payment, when you trade in your car, it will be just washed away. They will just forget about it and focus on the principal amount that you have when you are trading in your car. But if you are like me, you're gonna keep your car and pay it off. Don't take the balloon payment. It's a trap, guys. Don't take it. It's a trap. Ask from me. I would have paid for my car for 5 years, but because of the balloon payment, I ended up paying for my car for 6 years. Those are the lessons I learned, guys. And also, when you are a new driver, guys, you make mistakes. You would hit the gate now and then, and you must have money saved into your emergency funds, so that when those things happen, you don't become stranded and go into the bank for a personal loan. You have an emergency fund that you can take out money and fix your car tires, your everything. Just take the money there and fix your car, you know. Okay, guys, thank you for watching this far. I appreciate you very much. Please don't forget to subscribe. Hey.